All rise. Judge Vanderbeek Court is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1006, Shaw versus Shaw.
Thank you.
Welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay. Amelia Shaw, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
So our daughter has been living with me for 2 years. We're separated, and she's currently not paying any child support. And like, I thought maybe she would grow up, but I guess it's time to force her hand. So.
Okay. Any reason why you're not paying child support?
All right, guys. This case is about to get heated. A father has had full custody of his child for 2 years, but the mother hasn't contributed a single dime in child support. His patience has run out, and now he's here to force her hand. The issue? She's making money, but spending it all on herself, not her child. The judge immediately questions why she isn't paying, and her excuse? The father makes more money than she does. But here's the catch. She's spending $2,000 a month traveling to music festivals while claiming she's too broke for child support. That's a hard sell, and the judge is already picking it apart. This isn't just a custody case. It's about accountability, priorities, and the harsh reality of parenting. The mother thought she could avoid financial responsibility, but today, the law is catching up. Let's see how this plays out.
She makes a lot more money than I do.
Okay. Is that your only reason?
Mm-hmm.
You know it doesn't really work like that, right?
Well, I spend a lot of time, I'm trying to build my career. I'm a hairstylist.
Okay.
So
congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I travel a lot. I don't have a lot of extra money.
When she says she travels a lot, she's at music festivals like every other weekend.
Every other weekend is a bit excessive.
It's networking. I'm trying to do hair for bands.
Let me ask you a question. How much are these trips costing you every other weekend?
Probably close to $1,000.
Close to $1,000, and you're going twice a month?
Yeah, sometimes.
You're spending $2,000 a month to go to music festivals when you could be paying child support. So that means you can afford to pay child support, right?
Well,
yeah. That means that, right?
I mean, yeah, probably.
So what's the reason that you're not paying? Because it can't be that she makes more money when you obviously have the finances to do it.
Well, if I'm being honest.
The father lays it out clearly. He's been raising their child alone for 2 years, handling all expenses without any help. At first, he thought she would step up on her own, but that never happened. Now he's done waiting and is demanding child support. His frustration is justified. He feels that while she claims to be struggling, she's out traveling twice a month, spending thousands on music festivals. That's not struggling. That's choosing not to pay. He knows she has the money, and the judge sees it too. Then comes the biggest red flag. She never even tried to contribute. No school fees, no medical bills, no daily expenses, nothing. This isn't about financial hardship. This is about neglecting responsibility, and the judge is about to make sure she can't dodge it any longer.
I would hope you are.
When we talked about having a kid, she was sort of more enthusiastic about it than I was. If
I'm the biological mother.
I'm trying to figure out.
Biologically related.
But I'm trying to figure out, what does that have to do with anything?
Well, it's kind of more on her, if you think of.
Are you kidding me?
Well,
Because I gave birth to the...
I don't even understand what's going on right now. What do you mean that it's kind of more on her? It's your child too.
She wanted it more.
But you wanted it too, right?
Yeah, you were on board with this.
I was.
So you're going to still be on board with paying child support then? Because it's still your child. You don't get to pick and choose when you want to be a parent. It doesn't work like that. If you can spend $2,000 a month to go to music festivals, you can definitely pay her child support. And if you're out of town every other weekend, how are you seeing that child as much
She
as you
doesn't.
proclaim?
I
That doesn't make sense.
I FaceTime.
She's
Face-
drunk when she FaceTimes. Half the time I can't hand the phone over.
Indulge from time to time.
Right,
It's not
and
that
I am not buying anything that you're over there talking about. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get straight into the child support, and you are going to pay, okay? And I know you have the money, because according to your tax returns here, you make about $800 a week, right? Okay.
Now it's her turn. Her defense? She's building her career. She works as a hairstylist and claims she doesn't have extra money. The problem? Her spending habits say otherwise. The judge isn't letting her off easy. If she can afford luxury travel twice a month, she can afford child support. But then, she drops the most shocking statement. She implies that the child is more the father's responsibility because he wanted it more. The courtroom falls silent for a moment. The judge's expression says it all. That's not how parenting works. This isn't a shared hobby where one parent can opt out. If she was part of bringing this child into the world, she's legally and financially responsible. Period.
So I have your gross at about $3,200 a month. So you can afford to pay child support because you're spending $2,000 of that to go out of town, and that's based on what you said. That's not based on any calculation yet. Okay? All right? How many children?
Just one.
Just one child? Okay. So I have your net at $2,474.58. Who pays health insurance?
We have Medicaid.
Medicaid? Okay. So Medicaid has to be reimbursed to the state because that is a state benefit. So you are the one who is going to reimburse that money to the state. So what I have to do is take 9% of your gross, and that'll give me the health insurance amount that you'll reimburse to Medicaid. Comes out to $288. So when you add that to your monthly child support obligation of $494.92, that gets $782.92
A month?
Yeah. You spend $2,000 a month, right? Yeah, exactly. So you can afford it.
I think one music festival a month is enough.
And maybe you should take your daughter with you to the music festival.
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Oh.
I don't trust that.
Oh. Well, you know, now that she's paying child support, you really can't dictate what she does on her weekends. It's kind of how it works.
I just don't think that's a safe environment for a 3-year-old to be in.
It may not be, but until something actually happens, you can't dictate that. You wanted child support, you gave rights. You pretty much gave birth to a visitation rights. You understand?
Yeah.
And child support and custody are completely different. So that doesn't mean at any point, if she stops paying, that you can start denying her access to the child. It doesn't work like that.
Okay.
You all understand? Okay? Anything further?
No, ma'am.
Anything further from you? Okay. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Now the law takes over. The judge doesn't waste time. She orders child support on the spot. The numbers are laid out, and the mother is officially responsible for paying $494.92 every month. But that's not all. Because the child is on Medicaid, she also has to reimburse the state with an extra $288 per month. Total monthly payment, $782.92. The mother's face says it all. She thought she could walk into court and talk her way out of this. Instead, she's walking out with a legal obligation. The judge makes it clear, parenting is a full-time commitment, not something you can dip in and out of when convenient. She can keep going to music festivals, but now she has monthly payments to make first, and that's how the law works. Custody equals responsibility. Whoever has custody gets child support, no exceptions. The mother thought she could dodge financial responsibility, but the judge shut that down. This case proves an important point. Making money isn't an excuse if you refuse to prioritize your child. The judge didn't care about her excuses, her lifestyle, or her financial choices. All that mattered was who has been taking care of the child and who hasn't. She walked into court trying to avoid payments. She walked out with a bill. Parenting isn't part-time. The law just made sure she'll be paying her fair share.